In 2019, a small-time Roblox developer launched a modest game, expecting very little in return. But to his surprise, this was the spark that ignited one of the highest-earning games on the platform. A game that would grow into a massive community, create legendary moments, and reshape Roblox history. But to understand how this happened, we need to rewind 7 years earlier. A player known as MyGame43 had just released his first moderately successful Roblox title. For years, he poured countless hours into game after game, only for most of them to fade into obscurity. Then came his biggest project yet, one that finally drew in a dedicated player base. It wasn't anywhere near the top of the charts, but it was enough to show that he had real potential. Fast forward a bit, and it's clear, MyGame was a man with a plan. For 2 years straight, he worked obsessively on his next idea. Around this time, simulator games like Pet Sim, Bubblegum Sim, and yes, to even Public Bathroom Sim were dominating the front page. Recognizing the trend, MyGame came up with a bold idea: create a brand new group and launch a parkour simulator. And it worked. At first, the game exploded in popularity, but like most simulators, it got boring quickly. That's when MyGame faced a fork in the road. Option A: abandon parkour sim and focus on growing his already beloved existing game. Option B: scrap everything and build a completely new game, one that might flop entirely. For someone whose dream was to create the most popular game on Roblox, the decision wasn't easy, but he wouldn't face it alone. Enter Ripindra, a longtime friend who had been helping MyGame make games long before either of them had any real audience. Together, they decided to take the risk. By early 2019, their main game had stopped updating, players were losing interest, and their momentum seemed to be fading. But instead of giving up, they transformed the group they had created for Parkour Sim into the home of their next project, Blox Fruits. A fusion of their previous games with new mechanics, Blox Fruits was set to launch in June. Players weren't thrilled at first. Many just wanted updates to an older favorite, Elemental Battlegrounds. Still, MyGame and Indra pushed forward. On June 7, 2019, Blox Fruits went live. Players could buy powerful fruits that granted unique abilities in battle, explore islands, and take on enemies. Early glitches, like weapon switching combos, actually made the game more fun and helped it gain traction. The devs quickly realized that to truly compete for the #1 spot, they had to think bigger. Instead of predictable new egg updates, they released entirely new fruits, each with unique abilities, and added islands with distinct enemies to keep progression exciting. And the devs? They had their own clever strategy: let the community decide the next updates. This kept players invested and hungry for more. Months later came a massive update. 5 new islands, a higher level cap, a fruit factory, and mythical rarity items that sent players grinding for hours on end. It cemented Blox Fruits as a force on Roblox. But there was a problem. The game was an obvious one-piece copy, and so it was rebranded to Blox Fruits. From there, the game evolved rapidly. Accessories that granted near invincibility, new overpowered fruits, raid systems that let players awaken their abilities, and hilarious admin trolling that doubled as brilliant marketing. The community became so obsessed that players started selling Blox Fruits accounts on eBay for hundreds of dollars. Meanwhile, YouTubers like The Great Ace rolled hundreds of fruits just to give them away for free, earning cult status. Over time, Blox Fruits became a Roblox cinematic universe with interconnected worlds, safe trading systems, and giant live-streamed events where MyGame and Indra would battle each other using admin powers. By 2020, the game had crossed 10 billion visits and was regularly peaking at over 1 million concurrent players. Updates were slow, but each one was massive, bringing mythical fruits like leopard, huge new worlds, and events that rewarded new and old players alike. The fan base only grew stronger, and the devs kept finding ways to surprise them. Admin trolling hackers, community-led challenges, speedrunning from the worst fruits to the best. Blox Fruits had it all. And now, it's one of the biggest games Roblox has ever seen. The secret wasn't just the devs' work ethic, it was the community. The glitches, the memes, the wild player-driven moments that made Blox Fruits truly special. Because in the end, whether or not a game is officially #1 doesn't really matter. What matters is when a game becomes #1 in the hearts of the people who play it.